welcome back. Okay, good afternoon. And this is our last session of this workshop. And today we are very honored to have Professor Ghosh from India to talk about total quality management. And actually, yesterday, Professor Ghosh also delivered a very wonderful speech about India's green products market. And actually, uh, he mentioned there is a lot of potential to do business with India for Taiwanese business. And I think today you still can ask him about that kind of questions after his speech. Okay, now let's welcome Professor Ghosh.
Good afternoon. I'd be happy to know because the gathering is small. Less in number. So I want to know what is the group category, so that it is easier for me to deliberate. If we can start from the last lady who is sitting. Excuse me. Yeah. Your name and what do you do? Type of job.
My name is Larry Lee. I'm a lecturer of industrial engineering and management.
Okay. Carry on, please.
My name is Feng Jun Lee.
What do you do?
TIDA.
What is it? Association. Okay, please.
My name is Keith, and I came from a private company and flat panel manufacturer, and I'm in charge for all the factory energy management systems.
Yes, please. Yes, sir.
Just call me MT. I'm working in a private company for raw material of the battery.
Sorry, you are a student.
Sanders, the job is Master of Electronic and the Raw Materials and Machinery, 3 license.
Very good. I know her.
My name is Samuel Jiang. Pen industry. My company dealing about the most of all is the material design for the temperature insulation
industry.
Yeah, and the second one is for the data area use is the send instant pattern project and the method.
Okay. Yeah. Madam, what's your view? Okay.
Henry Lin. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please carry.
Henry Lin used to work for American company, traveling around through the region. Right now, I'm a volunteer for MAC, Mainland Affairs Council, to assist the Taiwanese company how to run a good business in China or through region. Thank you.
Please.
My name is Gloria. Miss
My name is Tim. My job is engineer.
My name is John, and I'm an engineer too.
My name is Jennifer Go. I'm from Maritime and Port Bureau Ministry. Yeah.
Agreement check. I work for a private company. We have green products.
My name is Abel Xie. I'm working to TDCI, engineer.
My name is Zhapei Xu, and I'm an engineer of consultant company. Over 10 years, and work for Taipower company. Yeah, that's all.
My name is Simon Chen, private company, and working about the farm area. Qilin Zhen, promoting green building.
Q, quality, and 2E, can you guess? Energy, environment, and S, safety and management systems. Right. Whenever we were in 1987, we saw that European Union, they were very much interested to have their products quality. There were a number of problems in quality related issues, and they wanted that there must be a standard which comply with the quality requirements. And as a matter of fact, there was a standard in British called BS 5750, that is quality management system standard in British. But you know that British standard will not be accepted by all the people throughout the world. In 1947, there was an organization which was built up called ISO, International Organization for Standardization. And all the member countries are from different part of the world. And as of today, nearly 165 full members of ISO, like Taiwan is a member but not for voting. There are some members for non-voting and voting. Like China is a member for voting member. So in that way there are some observers, there are some voting members. So all these members prepare international standard for different purpose. So they thought that this is the right time to have an international standard on quality management system. And then they started ISO 9000, as I was referring yesterday. And the standard in ISO 9000 in 1987 had a lot of problems with different organizations. And you know that within a few months, it has been seen that only a very few countries shown interest on ISO 9000. So in 1994, the standard was revised. And as a matter of fact, the European Union started putting embargo on different countries who are making business with EU, that unless and otherwise you or organization is certified to ISO 9001 standard, you cannot do business with us. So as a matter of fact, this becomes an embargo on many of the countries and their industries that go for ISO 9000. This is the system of making popularization of a particular international standard. It is good. Whenever we talked about ISO 9000, rather the quality management system standard, we saw that there is a missing link of environmental protection in that standard. So there was hardly a few requirements which address the environmental protection issues which can be cropped up from different industries, right? As a matter of fact, in 1996, the first international standard on environmental management system was released, that is called ISO 14001. That is Environmental Management System Standard. And quality management system, environmental management system, we have seen we had two standards. But you know that as the days are passing, we have seen throughout the world that there is a need of two more things. Whenever people work in an industry, we have seen the problems in nuclear power plant. We have seen the problem in maybe the incinerators. We have seen the problem of people who are working in hazardous environment. They are undergoing occupational health hazard. And also the safety aspect. There are a number of accidents in, you know, that the Bhopal tragedy in 1984, the gas tragedy, Chernobyl, and there are many more incidents and accidents which happen throughout the world. So as a matter of fact, ISO also thought that there should be a standard which can organize the whole of the organization in such a manner that it addresses occupational health and safety issues. So in that way, OSHA's 18001 standard was also released. OHSAS, Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series, OSHA's 18001. You know, now there is a system which we call, rather not a system but also a concept, that total quality management. I mean, I'm quite sure that these are the terminologies with whom you all are more or less familiar with, and there may be some person who have in-depth knowledge on those issues. Now, total quality management, it's a philosophy of what? It's a philosophy of, okay, on the other way around. How many times, I mean, if you start from the morning, you carry out a lot of activities. Is it right? In your day-to-day life, like say, you first have a morning walk, maybe then wash your hands and face, fresh yourself, maybe sometime you go to the shopping center, then be ready for your office or college or school or university. Go to the office, you do a lot of work, number of works, maybe in the office per day, somebody carry out 10 activities, somebody carry out 20 activities, 50 activities, and then come to your home by driving or by private, public vehicle, and then go to sleep after dinner. Consider each of these as an activity. So in a day, you might have carry out, say, 50 to 100 activity. Consider this. Please respond. How many times you, madam, do the activities, all these activities, right, at the first time? Think of it. Yeah, just use your microphone.
Pardon, I don't understand. What do you mean? Would you please repeat again?
Yeah, you carry out like from the morning to the going to bed, you carry out say 50 different activities. Like going for morning walk is an activity. Washing your hands and face is an activity. Maybe dress off is an activity. So in that way, driving is an activity. Making a draft is an activity. So in that way, maybe you are carrying out 50 activities. Like in factory, maybe you are making some turning issues. Maybe you are for a consultancy, you are going to your client and maybe you are giving 3 advice, right? So these are all activities. Now tell me, how many activities you do right at the first time? Please think of it. I'll go to some of the friends.
I don't understand. Yes.
Yes.
What do you mean I do right?
Okay, I'll come back to you afterwards. Please tell me
how many mistakes we have done, or
on the other way around. Either how many mistakes or how many times you do right at the first time.
well, when we are learning, probably we try several times, but afterward, like my age, we're doing very carefully.
Very carefully. Okay. You? How many times, just roughly, from your idea? 7. 70% is you do right the first time. Yeah. You could understand?
Yeah.
Now.
No, I think maybe over 60%.
That means 61.
Yeah.
65.
Less than 65.
Okay, 60 to 65.
For engineering is 15, but construction 40.
50 and 40. That means 45% on an average.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I cannot, tell you, due to the everyday maybe the different, but in the
of course, on an average.
okay.
What they say on an average?
From my view, the many, especially developed country,
Develop.
but many, just like you mentioned the standard certificate, many, in my mind. For example, my driving, follow the something, and working have the standard. So, I cannot tell you, totally about how many percent. Yeah, but really, all the covered by standard usually. Yeah.
Young guy. How many?
I I guess it's not that much.
Almost 60%.
Maybe 50%.
I joined this program. We all came over here to do the right thing, to listen what you're talking.
Yeah, this is talking. Come back. You know, if it is 60%, 40%, or 30%, or even 70%, consider. That means if we consider 30%, 70%, that means 30% time you don't do right the first time. That means whenever you are walking, 30% of your walking step is not right. If you write 30 letters in 100 letters in a day, that means 30 letters are to be made scrapped. Is it happening? No, it doesn't happen. If it happens, like why we are confused? Because we don't know what we do usually. We don't introspect. And what is our motto? Our motto is to do right when? At the first time. And that's the concept of total quality management. Just think of it, that how many times, what he said, that how many times you do a mistake? Very, very few in a day. Is that right? Very few. And what is your intention? To make mistake to what percentage? What is your intention? What would be your intention? Very good. Why I wanted this exercise by you? Because I want to imbibe, I want to create this concept from you only. Total quality management is a concept of zero defect. You have heard about Six Sigma? Six Sigma means, I mean, there are like Motorola, like Canon, like many other organizations, they are working with zero defect. Zero defect means, আমি মিটিং আছি পরে ফোন করব, মিটিং আছি পরে ফোন করব। My wife. So in that way, total quality management is a concept of achieving zero defect. And all of us here, we have in our mind that we want to achieve that zero defect. So let us see now, what is it? It's integrated approach. And the total quality management is a set of systematic activities carried out by the entire organization. Throughout the organization. What is meant by throughout the organization means each and every person are involved in the activity. And to effectively and efficiently achieve company's objective. It's there in the book. And so to provide products and services with a level of quality that satisfied customers at the appropriate time and price. This is quality. But tell me where we have incorporated the zero defect? Where you have incorporated the zero defect? Effectively and efficiently. What is effectiveness? Like if you have an objective of achieving 25% of the sales value or sales target, 95% of the sales target will be achieved. If you achieve 95%, then it is effective. And efficiently, what you have your input and what you are producing, the ratio between these two, it should be always nearing to 1. We try to achieve near to 1, but it may not sustain for some time. So that is the efficiency. So effectively and efficiently. So in that way, total quality management is a concept where each and every person in the organization are involved and committed to achieve effectiveness and efficiency in the organization. What for? What for we work in the organization? In your organization, what is the requirement? What is the requirement in your organization? Yes, sir? Whom for you work in your organization? Who pays you? Who pays you in your organization? Sure. So you are abiding by the requirements of the customer. See, quality that satisfies customers. Customer pays my salary. Everybody. So in that way, total quality management addresses that satisfy your customer. And today's concept is, very recent concept is, continuously enhance the customer satisfaction level. You go to airport, you will find that please purchase this $2, and just beside this is free if you take 2. Enhancing the satisfaction of the customer, and this is creating new customers. Like whenever you purchase, oh, if I purchase 2, I'll get a third one free. So next time whenever I'll come and I'll purchase this brand. He has attracted you by giving some enhanced satisfaction level. There are many products, like you know that there are some products which has we call it mistake proofing. You can never make a mistake for some of the products which you use. Can you give me an example of a product which everybody uses? We are using just now also. A product, it's a mistake proof, and we can never have a mistake. If there is a mistake, we immediately can understand, oh, I committed mistake. What is it? Just think of it and give me.
I say something about the anti-dumping mechanism.
Pardon?
Anti-dumping mechanism.
Okay. Okay. You can easily understand that this is mistaken. But here, everybody is wearing it. What is that? Yeah? If you open your shoes, then you will understand that you have a mistake-proof product. Because your left-hand shoe cannot be fit into your right leg. Right? So it has to be on the right side itself. So this is a mistake-proof product. And the more you can make it, your customer will be more satisfied. So there are huge research work on mistake-proof product and total quality management. One of the components of total quality management is the mistake-proof product. So this is total quality management, that there will be systematic activity where all the people will be involved to satisfy the customers, and it should work effectively and efficiently so that there is a tendency of zero defect. You know, I talked about objective and effectiveness. You know that whenever in any organization you are working, you always work with an objective. And there is an input, there is an output. What is the input in your organization?
Call centers or objections.
Yeah.
To customer argue, just like customer argue to a call center will be respectful and.
Okay. For any organization, what can be the input? For any type of organization, whether it is consultancy or production or services. One is the customer requirements. What is another thing? Material. What is other? Equipment. What are others? Yes? Time. Of course, time. And? Yeah? Utility, energy. Okay. And? Huh? Okay, manpower. It's a very important thing. There is one very important thing other than this. Legislation. Legislation. Compliance of the legislation is at output, but the information of the legislation is your input to the process, right? So as we have discussed that the material, raw materials, the machines, the knowledge of the human resource, including the man, then several information, including the legislative requirements, these are all input. Of course, the environment. If you need an AC, controlled atmosphere, that is also an input, right? So once you have the input, unless and otherwise, your inputs are systematically pushed into the process, you will not get the achieved results or the output. Right? So in that way, if the input and output are as per your desired condition, then we can call it that the efficiency is good. That means output by input should be always on the higher side. And if you achieve the objective, then you are working effectively. So in that way, this is a cycle of the total quality management, that you have a system, and the system must work effectively and efficiently. Then of course you will definitely get a result towards zero defect, right? TOC, a process of ongoing improvement of the complete system. You know what is TOC? C is, forget about TOC. I mean, in any of the system, the process or the unit or the component which gives us problem, it holds us to achieve effectiveness and efficiency. Am I understandable to you? Like if you have a problem in any, previously we had this system. Say there is a problem here, or there is a problem here, there is a problem here. Anywhere if you have a problem, then you cannot complete the cycle. We call it as constraint. And this theory of constraint, TOC, is a process improvement tool. What theory of constraint tells? Identify the constraint. Constraint means problem. And analyze it. How to analyze? Analyze means why the problem is happening. And once you know the causes of the problem, then you know whether you have a solution in your hand or you have to get a solution from outside or from a consultant or from expert. So as a matter of fact, you do your activities so that this is solved. So this theory of constraint is also a very important component in total quality management. And these are the 3 TQM vehicles. One is the policy management, daily management, and small group activities. You know, policy management always that we want to achieve excellence in business. We want to achieve, you know, that customer satisfaction. We know customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction can be measured or not? Can be measured or not, customer satisfaction? You have seen in many places that a page is given to you, please give me the feedback, right? So this is one of the way in the organization for calculation of the customer satisfaction. I mean, you may feel that, okay, just tick, 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 tick. But as a matter of fact, whenever it is a big number, the actual, the reality comes in front, and as a matter of fact, the calculation, we can calculate what is the satisfaction level. And you know that for achieving quality in the organization, you must achieve the maximum percentage of customer satisfaction in your organization. If you have the customer satisfaction level higher, be sure that your business will run quite smoothly. Right? I mean, we sometimes call the quality assurance. Somebody was telling yesterday, quality assurance. For a refreshing, do you know what is quality assurance? Or can you give an example of quality assurance? Yeah? Right? Right? Sure. Like if I ask you that which camera you want to buy, which brand of camera you want to buy? Canon. Yeah? Which camera you want to buy? Nokia. Nikon. Okay, Nikon. Yeah? Nikon. Yes, sir? Nikon. Ma'am? You know that? Yeah?
I think the QA should be a showcase of product interpretation of, especially content-wise.
Repetition of the customer's requirement compliance. Compliance, yeah. And you know that what he has rightly pointed out. Why, whenever I ask you that which camera, most of the people either Nikon or Canon. I have also a Nikon camera. I have also a Canon camera and no other else. From India, if somebody asks me, I will also tell Nikon or Canon. Why? This is the quality assurance of the product. I'm sure if I buy it, I'll not lose money. If I go to another product, there is a possibility that I may lose. But I never use Nikon and Canon. What is it? They say. I mean, it's a customer satisfaction index which they have that you ask 500 people, you will get at least 300 people who are satisfied with Nikon camera and they have it. This is quality assurance. Like one quality assurance is, if you have a kid and you ask him or her that you want to have some, what is that, lozenge or Cadbury. Cadbury is a company name. Is it? Cadbury? You know that? Okay, forget it. So thing is that the quality assurance of a product is very much important for the business. So in that way, how this quality assurance is established, that is more important. And if you can achieve zero defect, you will automatically get quality assurance. Right? Why I'm interested to buy Canon? Because I know that if I purchase a product, it will not be defective. Means it tends to zero defect. And zero defect means they have a system of total quality management in the organization. And this is the policy that I want to satisfy my customer maximum. I can specify 100%. I can specify 95%. Or the policy can be, my employees, I mean, you cannot be always satisfied with the customer only. You are not to be concerned about customer always. You must be concerned about customer. But whenever you talk about total quality management, your people must be involved. We have seen that whole organization are to work. How you can involve your people? How you can involve your people in the organization? Yes, sir. Experienced person. You.
Boss.
The boss. How? Yeah. Means you have to empower people. Empowerment is very important. And you know, the training of the people is very important for the involvement of those guys. But because there are new work which is coming to the organization. If you don't train people, then they don't know the work, and as a matter of fact, you cannot involve them in that particular work. So in that way, one is the training, other is the empowerment. Those two are very important. That's why your policy management may be involvement of the people to the greater extent possible. Right? And then daily management. What can be the part of daily management? Who has a factory? You have a factory. You have a factory? Yeah, you have a factory. Sir, tell us something about daily management. What do you do in your daily management system? Inspect. First is the raw material inspection. You know what is raw material inspection? Like whenever material is coming, you cannot accept that material for your process. So you first check, inspect. An inspection with the help of some of your either drawing or your some document specification, formulation sheet, and blah blah. Yeah, this is one of the daily management. What is other?
And they have the not shorthand and the history and the very famous.
Yes.
Armies. They very careful to specify my factory. Follow order is very important.
Yeah, it's very important. And the third is, say whenever you are starting your car, what is the daily management in that? You are going to start your car for the first time in the day. What do you do? Yeah? Check gas and tire. Of course, the battery. Right? These are some of the things This is a daily management. If you don't do it, whenever you are starting it, sometime you might have any problem because you don't know what is happening. So similar thing in the factory itself, if we call it as a ship, your organization, and the CEO is here, you have your line and staff people, and the whole of the organization is based on the daily management. If you have some machines, unless and otherwise there is routine maintenance, the machine will fail. Right? And yes? Yeah, the sheep is just starting. So in that way, and who will do the daily management? The people, right? It can be operational people. It can be higher than that also. Right? It depends on who will do what, and accordingly. That means, look, for any organization, we have to be very careful about the small group activity, SGA, and we sometimes call it a team activity. So, for total quality management, this SGA, small group activity, and we can name many others, like say, many of the people know quality circle, many of the people know Kaizen, many of the people know QFD, quality function deployment. So this SGA is the base of the whole of the organization. If it fails, if you don't allow them to work, if you don't empower them, if you don't train them, what will happen? The sheep will shrink. It will never work. So similarly, the total quality, this is the concept of total quality management, that you take care of your people. You know that it is for sure throughout the world, wherever you will find that people in the organization are not given respect, people in the organization are not empowered, the organization could not sustain for a long time. It is a very small organization, it is a big organization, and there are many history like that. And the other one is cross-functional team. What is cross-functional team? There are a number of functions in an organization. What are the functions? Engineer, give an example of the functions in your organization. Yes? Like, it starts from the marketing, right? Then it might happen that you need to have some design activity. It may be, it may not be. And then you must have a planning based on your orders. Okay. Planning for purchasing material, planning for production, planning for inspection, planning for machine maintenance. So then all this, like you purchase the material, you give it to the production department, you instruct your people so that the machine health is all right, and then you inspect the material, inspection at the purchase department, inspection in the production department, and then you pack the material, dispatch the material. All these are several functions. If you talk about consultancy organization, then also there is a number of functions. Like the consultancy also has a marketing wing, Do you have consultancy organization, marketing wing? Yes? Tang? Do you have a marketing wing in the consultancy? You have it because you have to get the order. Right. So, and then you have also a planning in the consultancy organization. What is planning? Say there is one area carbon footprint, one area quality management, one area environmental management. Like one person doesn't do all the work. So in that way, manpower assignment, okay, Mr. X will be given this job, Mr. Y will be given this job, Mr. Z will be given this job. And the time frame, within 5 months she has to do, within 2 months he has to do, and such and such. So these are all planning. So once you plan it, then execute. I mean, the similar way, the production in the factory, you execute in the consultancy organization or any service organization or even in NGOs. And accordingly, that means if you really want to achieve excellence, then the people in different functions should sit together sometime. It may not be the whole of the organization, but take the head of the department or take some of the people from different functions and discuss what is happening, review, analyze the problem. And this is also very important with respect to the total quality management is concerned. So in that way, yes, ma'am. Give her some tea. Just beside you. So, yeah, please.
You need a coffee? You need some coffee?
Yeah. You need it?
You can ask it. And,
okay, in 10 minutes you will get the coffee.
You promise?
So in that way, this is the cross-functional team, and then your policy management will act accordingly and the future direction. So in that way, if you have this, we call it as a total quality management sheet. If you conform all this, then your organization will run smoothly. This line based on the daily management. If you have daily management in place, then you are at par. Okay, the work is smoothly going on. But we are not satisfied because management has set a target at heart. So in that, what to do? Trend line indicates performance level required if additional stretch targets set by management are to be achieved, and then only you must have a policy management, and also all these small group activity, cross-functional team, and other tools. There are a number of tools. Six Sigma, FMEA. FMEA is failure mode and effect analysis. QFD, quality function deployment. We cannot discuss all this. It takes long time. But thing is that you must know this terminology so that whenever you need it, you can refer this. You know that this is improvement versus time curve. There are two words, continuous improvement and continual improvement. Have you heard of it? Continuous improvement? Continuous improvement, who knows it? Continuous improvement? What's the difference between continuous improvement and continual improvement? It's more or less the same meaning. Yeah. Yeah. This is my target. Okay. Improvement, and this is time. Now, continuous improvement means you have started here and you achieve here. Do you agree that this is the continuous improvement? You are continuously going. But what is continuous? Tell me, is it possible? Yeah? No? Is it possible? Is it possible to achieve improvement with time? This is merely possible. Then what is possible? Yes. Set some target. Segregate. Achieve it. And then don't fall down. That's why you stabilize it. You stabilize for some time. And then you again start. Improve. And again stabilize somewhere. And accordingly. This is called continual improvement. And always try to achieve this. Don't try to achieve this. You will fall down. But this is very much practical. And you know, here you see that first you have taken a target. There will be ups and downs. And then you take a second target, shoot it, and again you stabilize it. And accordingly, you achieve here. So in that way, with a big time, you can achieve a big improvement. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. This one. Yeah. No. If you go this way, then number one, it is possible for some time only, and then it is not possible because it will be very expensive, and there is every possibility to fall down because yes.
What I'm saying is, what about the other side? If you draw it on top of
Here, then this one. Not this one. No. This one, I mean, possible because you are going, this is just a staircase. You know the same concept that you go off and while the landing, you take some rest at the same level. Then you again go up, again takes rest. The similar way, this is the example of. And in your organization, in all the cases, try to incorporate this system and not this system. There are many interested people. No, we must have a continuous improvement and you go on improving. Possible nahi. So this is the thing. However, this is a continual improvement, and similarly, if we can have other situation, but look, big improvement. Whenever we try to have a big improvement, there will be always fall through, and as a matter of fact, you are dropping down. All the efforts will go in vain. Now, you know that these are the focuses of total quality management, environment management system, and safety management system. You have your objective of the job. Your customers and their requirements, and you must understand completely the customer's requirement as well as legislative requirement, because you know that today the business is never within your country itself. You don't know the product which you are manufacturing, the product you are using, whether that is manufactured in your country or any other country. Though you are purchasing from your country itself because of the supply chain. You know that there are a number of organizations who have supply chain in many countries. So to reduce the cost, to reduce the logistics support, the supply chain is in place throughout the world, and as a matter of fact, now your business is global. Even if you are working, your organization is in Taiwan, you have to compete globally for each and every product because your economy is not closed. You have an open economy. So product from all over the world will come to your place, and the price, quality, environment will compete with all the product itself. So in that way, you must know the requirement of your customer as well as your international customer. The input, process, and product characteristics of your processes, very important. You know that if you don't know the input, what will happen? Like think about a consultancy service. You have got an order from your customer and you started your work. After some time, whenever you are interacting with your customer, he tells you, no, I don't want this. You didn't understand what was required by us. It happens many a time. So as a matter of fact, we call it as a requirement analysis for all of us. Whenever you start any work, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is services, whether it is even the activity of NGO, even in your office, please try to understand what to do. We call it requirement analysis and the input analysis. If you can have input analysis, what are the requirements in input analysis? Input means what are required for starting a job, right? What would be the input requirements? Yeah. In your job, you just tell us.
Raw material to daily rechecked week or can be recycled, and financial daily report, and engineering resure is will be strong or detect one more.
Product size or product spec, and
you carry out your input analysis, you will be delighted to work. Your failure rate will be less. If all the inputs are available with you, you can carry out your work nicely. If you don't have one or two input, then you are bogged down in your process. So in that way, input, process and output. The next is process characteristics you monitor and control to achieve product characteristics. What are the process characteristics in a production? It can be temperature, it can be dimension, it can be humidity, it can be many other things. That has to be taken care of. Then the implementation of ISO 9000, ISO 14000 and OSHAs. It's a very important. I'm not telling that you have to go for certification, but you can have your system in place. You may not go for certification. SOP, what is SOP? Standard operating procedures. So you must have it. Standard operating procedure, work instructions. You know work instruction. How many people use work instructions or SOP? Here? One. No other. Two. And no other. I mean, SOP is always good to use in your organization. It is not type specific. I mean, whether it is a manufacturing, services, you can use your SOP, you can prepare your SOP, you can prepare your work instruction. It will help to work effectively in the organization. And then the corrective actions you take. I mean, I'm sure that in your organization there are a number of mistakes or corrective actions you are taking day to day. But do you record all those corrective actions? Be sure that there are a number of corrections and corrective actions or preventive actions you are taking. List those every day. And with the departmental boss or sectional boss or even you yourself, review it after each 15 days or 7 days. That what was the reason for which the corrective and preventive actions were taken. I'm quite sure that you can achieve a lot and you can improve within your organization after some time. And you make a log. And whenever a person is coming for training in your organization for the first time, give him that, look, these are the mistakes which we have made. These are the corrective action, preventive actions we have taken. So future, this will be helpful so that you don't do all these mistakes again. Right? And of course, awareness of customer complaints and actions. Customer complaint is always educative for the organization. Then importance of participating in small group activity. I told you, different Kaizen and other things. And awareness of quality improvement programs. Right? And PDCA cycle. Who knows PDCA? Yeah? Plan? Oh, great. You know that, no? Plan, do, check, act. And sometimes we call it whose diagram? Deming cycle. Right. So this is very important for day-to-day activity. You first plan it, and then accordingly you perform it, and then check it whether you are performing rightly or wrongly. And if you have any wrong thing, correct it and take action and redesign the whole process. Right? So these are all the concept of plan, do, check, act in the total quality management. And this is the chain of quality. Marketing, design, development, products testing, production, planning, purchase, supplier, inspection, manufacturing, assembly, inspection, packaging, dispatch, installation, acceptance, and then again go to customer. How many are here having this cycle? How many? Nobody? You may miss one or two, hardly matters. Do you have this cycle? Yeah, you have it. You must have it. You have it. Part of it. Yeah. You? You have it? You? Do you have it? No? Which one is missing in your organization? You have it. Okay. In your organization? No? What is your organization? You don't have all this. Okay, okay. Let us forget all this. Yeah. These are some of the very important aspects in your organization. Wastes. We told you that elimination of waste, the zero defect, is the main concern of total quality management. And just be careful, it is not that whether you are implementing total quality management or not. You must be concerned about the waste reduction. And these are some of the areas where you can take care of overproduction, delay. Delay, it's not only in production. In any project, you can have delay. Even, say in this conference, there are possibility of delays. Starting the inaugural program, starting the class, starting the lunch, serving the lunch. So there can be many more points, and which are always a scope for improvement for any type of activity. Transportation, process, inventories, motions, defective products, untapped resources. This is also one of the area where, we don't know. In the organization, we don't know who knows what. We go by only the traditional and routine work. But many a time, we have to explore the untapped resources so that we get better. Misused resources, loss in environmental performance, loss in accident, energy loss, loss due to standalone process. So these are the areas where you can think of it. Which loss you have in your organization? Which are the types, which are the category of loss you have in your organization? And accordingly, you can try to reduce this. We have an exercise now where you will identify organization, we have number of activities which we carry out. It can be a manufacturing, it can be a service sector. So in that way, with respect to the environmental performance, we are to today identify what are the activities we are carrying out. There are a number of activities. It can be, say, inspection, it can be production, it can be typing, it can be computer printing, it can be a meeting, it can be holding a conference. There are many more activities. Whatever activity you feel you have in your organization, there are environmental aspects. What is environmental aspect? Environmental aspect are those activities and product in the organization. Environmental aspects are those activities and products in the organization which has an interaction with environment. Which has an interaction with an environment. Like, say this is if you have a chemical or say solvent, you know solvent, what happens? How this solvent interacts with environment? It evaporates. It evaporates. That means the the globules are coming into the environment. So as a matter of fact, that environment is saturated with that evaporated liquid. So as a matter of what happens in the environment? We get smell. What is it? This is polluting environment. That means in which form it is polluted? We call it as air pollution, emission to air. If we are heating some material or if we have a boiler, then what happens? The heat is produced. How the boiler operation is reacting with environment, interacting with environment? It is again producing heat. Producing heat means how it interacts with environment. There is a thermal pollution. Those which are in the vicinity of that boiler, whether it is people, whether it is flora, fauna, they are affected. If there is, say, a chemical factory, what is happening? From the chemical factory, usually there are effluent, wastewater. There are emission. So again, emission means, like say, whenever you are driving, what are the emissions? From driving a car, aspect is emission to air. What are the emission? Maybe carbon monoxide, maybe sulfur dioxide, maybe sometime lead, maybe some other thing. So in that way, what is the effect of this? Air pollution. Whenever you are using water into the process, that means you are generating wastewater. What is being done with the wastewater? Treatment, water treatment. It might happen. So after the water treatment, again you have sludge, right? So use of water in the process is an activity, and the aspect is the release of wastewater. Whenever release of wastewater is environmental aspect, what is the effect of that release of wastewater? Water pollution, soil pollution, because it goes to the water, maybe drain water or river water, and as a matter of fact, it creates the water pollution, right? So in that way, I'll not go into the much detail of it because you all know. So in that format, whatever has been given to you, you look that first you can make a group of 2 only. Okay, so just beside whoever is sitting, you write on the name, profession, organization, and email ID, and then first is name of the activity in this format. Name of the activity. You have seen it, no? The last format. This one. Yeah, this one. This one. The first is name of the, you can identify only 5 or 6 activity name. Then associated environmental aspect. I mean, with the activity which you will write, you please write down what are the associated aspect. With one activity, there can be 3, 4 or 5 environmental aspects also. Am I understandable to you on environmental aspect? Okay. Then associated environmental impact. I am sorry, both are associated environmental aspects, second and third column. So the third column should be impact. Associated environmental impact. Yeah, third one. And the fourth is action required. You know that this will be 1 minute. Yeah, this one. Impact. Okay. And then the action required. So now I'll request you take your break for coffee, and and after taking your coffee, you can take 15 minutes time on this, sit together and identify some of the activity, environmental aspect and environmental impact, and then the action required. You may not cover up all this format, maybe 3 or 4 format, 3 or 4 row as your time permits. You can do it and make 2 in a group. That will be helpful for you so that you can discuss. So let us break for the tea or coffee. And yeah.
Do we want to collect the papers after the break?
Let them take coffee or tea, and then they will come back here, and they will take 10 minutes time for this, and we'll collect it. Yeah. Let us come back once again. I'll request our lady friend, the last bench. Please come here. Come with your paper. Come with your paper. Come here. Yeah, I appreciate that she has done it. So I'll request her to tell us what is the activity, what is the associated aspect, impact, and what are the actions required. Please.
Okay. Because my organization called Maritime and Port Bureau is belong under the Ministry of Transportation and Communications, and our organization just established last year, March 1st. So it's a brand new organization. So we bought a lot of machines like fax machine, copier, copy machine, and at first, because we don't have place, we don't have a site to accommodate our employees. Now we share the office place with the Taipei High Court. I don't know.
Yeah,
I forgot.
High Court.
Yeah. So we now my co-workers, we just in the work together in the stadium at the building's top floor, and we at first we just stay together with the fax machine and the copy machine, and always the machine emission the bad odor, the chemical odor.
Smell.
Yeah, bad smell. So that's a terrible air pollution. And our resolution is to move the machines away from our desk or office desk, and we open the windows. That's only we can do.
There must be some enclosure for that.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. No place to go. Would you like to suggest one? Quite hard. But then we need money to rent. They're too expensive, I think.
It's good. You initiate from this that you talk to your boss to do something on this.
Yes.
And
so they move the
what
machines.
What you can do is you can think of the change of toner.
Toner.
Yeah.
Oh,
What type of toner you are using? That is also most important with respect to the odor is concerned.
With the cartridge.
Yeah, cartridge. So you can change the brand of cartridge.
Oh.
That is one of the solution maybe, I don't know. Because you know that whenever the cartridge price is low, then the quality and all this thing comes forward. So in that way, you can think of it also.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. But I think it's charged higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what you do is write your name, visit profession, organization, and email ID, and give it to her.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give a big hand to her. She has done it. Who is the second person? No, not always. Not always the ladies. Not always the ladies. Now I'll ask our friend. Yeah, you have done it already. At least one or two.
Yes, I just started.
Okay. You will just do it. One or two, then you will come. No. You finish it. We will call you. He has done it. Yeah, I'll request some young guys who are here. They should also follow the senior guys. Yeah, if we don't do it, we don't learn. Present yours. No problem. You can speak in Chinese or Taiwanese. No problem.
Okay.
I'll understand.
Okay.
English, yeah.
In English 吧。
Yeah. No problem. This is in English. Planting. Yeah. चलो.
还是用中文讲。不好意思，就说name of activity 就是部分，我们就是说自然生态的那个，因为我们从事的是比较跟农业有关系的，所以我就说活动的一个名称，我们是用那个 自然生态的一个种植。那第二项就是说，对那个环境有什么样的一个影响？就是说，生态多样化会造成，因为使用农药的部分会造成那个生态就是说多样化的一个冲击。所以说第三栏位是有关那个环境方面，就说有关那个影响，就说有关那个生物的健康方面，或者说整个生态的一个生命的延续有一些很大的一个影响。那最后呢，我们采取的一个行动方面，就是说降低使用农药，以比较健康种植，就说以搭建盆就是使用那个就是说室内栽培的方式，还有使用那个比较好的一个营养剂，来降低这整个植物的那个农作物的一个生长。好，谢谢。
Thank you. Good. Who is the third person?
你写的都在，你讲的都在上面吗？都写出来哈。Okay. So do you want me to translate again?
Explanation. No, I have seen it.
Okay.
It's good. Very good. Biodiversity and other things. Yes. Yeah. Who is the third person will come? You? Finished? Come. And yeah, TQM told that everybody in the organization must be involved. Is it? And this is the organization, and the last person to be involved is he. So he has to be involved also. Right on. Yeah? Okay, very good. No problem. Your name?
我叫齐邦君，然后我目前在屏东科技大学念硕士班。那因为我们学校有个活动叫做校园生态导览，就是我们有接待游客。因为我们学校很大，然后有几个景点可以带游客去参观。那其中一个最多人参观就是那个野生动物收容中心。那我有负责这个做导览的部分，所以这个活动就叫做校园生态导览。那对环境的影响方面，我觉得，因为他们来都是坐游览车，我们学校其实本身，这种大型车不多。然后还有一个就是，因为他们是游客，不是我们学校的人员，所以他们到了那些景点，他们会很好奇，尤其是对那些野生动物。好。
Expand a little bit about.
Yeah.
She's a master degree in a university. She's doing the volunteer job for the camp, university camp. 生物导览啊。
校园，它这那个全名叫做农业生态导览。
Agriculture ecological tour guide.
Okay, she's a guide over there.
Yes, a volunteer guide.
Will you take me?
Yes, you can come to.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, please.
And most of the tourists went to visit the camp, take the big buses, and she's going to talk about her job.
所以对环境的影响，我觉得就是这个游览车，还有人其实对这些野生动物还有农作物是有干扰的。那我觉得对环境的冲击就是这些游客所带来的一个嘈杂，还有他们的一些看到野生动物一些惊奇的那种反应，其实是会干扰野生动物的。然后还有他们某些动作，比如说撑伞啊，对野生动物挥挥手，或是学鹦鹉讲话，或是跟猴子有互动，这其实都会对这个环境是有干扰的。那另外一个就是他们所带来的垃圾， 因为他们毕竟是游客，不是我们学校的学生，所以他们，而且我们学校很大，他们会比较不知道说这个垃圾要怎么处理。还有另外一个就是上厕所问题，我觉得为什么把上厕所这提出来？因为他们有时候会来不及，可能就会就地解决。因为我们学校蛮大的，所以可能尤其是小朋友，就地解决的几率蛮大的。然后最后一项我不晓得要说什么。还有最后一栏叫
改善的方有什么采取的方法？
我通常做法就是
actions required.
Yes, I don't know how to say this item, but now I know.
Yeah.
Okay. 因为我算是导览人员，第一个在我们学校带他们的人，所以我会在车上。介绍我们学校完之后，就会告诉他们一些应该注意的事情，然后到每一个景点都会先让他们上厕所。这是我提出来的改进的方法。谢谢。
Thank you.
The tourists visit there. You want me to say something about what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. Make noise and sometimes bring some garbage to the site. Influence the scenery over there. Influence the animals. They have interaction with animals, but make noise. It will influence the behavior of animals.
Yeah.
So will have bad effect to the
ecological
situation.
And what action she is interested to take?
She said some small children visit there. They will just they don't have time to go to the toilet. They just
on the roadside.
Yes, right. So she will tell the kids and the tourists on the bus before they take off the bus, say, please go to the toilet if you want to. Yes, that's what she can do.
Good. That's a good action. Thank you. Yeah, next. You have not written anything. He is coming with a blank sheet. Is it accepted, sir? Okay. Little? No problem.
We look for more items.
Because I used to work for Taiwan company before, so my major work is to procurement the material or equipment to make the PowerPoint. So I think in Taiwan, I think the most important problem is the pollution, and we meet many problems through the procedure, the setting procedure, and I think the pollution is air pollution, the water pollution, and sometimes because the plant will generate the CO2, so sometimes will happen to the acid rain in Taiwan. 就是酸雨会有那个酸雨的问题，对 acid rain. So but we Taiwan we then at that time Taiwan use they set some systems in the power plant. They set such like the SCR system， 就是在电厂该设一个 SCR 的那种系统，就是在降低那个 CO2 的 ，to reduce the air pollution. Yes, and set the add the wastewater treatment systems in the plant. Yeah.
Sediment.
Yeah, set in the plant. Yeah. I know these two methods to reduce the pollutions in the surround. Yeah.
Could you learn something from this session?
What?
Could you learn something from this session?
I don't understand what to allow.
I'm asking her, could you learn something from this session? Learn.
Yeah.
Little bit.
I'm very interested in the TQM parts. And
Environment.
yes, my major is the manufacturing management.
Oh.
Yeah, so I very understand what you mentioned today. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Can you implement something in your organization?
My organization.
Some of the things what I told, can you implement at least a little bit in your organization?
If we happen to if our company meet that problem, the dairy management can manage the policy management. I think we will through this way, through PDCA to improve. Yes, sometimes as the manufacturing process, sometimes our engineer or our chief, they will change. They will modify the
process of work.
Process. No, not the. They will modify the manufacturer schedule arrangement.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do there? What is your work?
My work. I worked the manufacturing company before, and my work is the how to say 成本管理师。Yeah.
Huh?
Cost controller.
Oh.
Yes.
Big deal.
Yeah. My work is to calculate the material or
Don't allow more money for spending.
I just say the SOP. The SOP my job for my company.
Very good. Try to do it. And write your name, profession, organization, email ID, and give it to me. Yeah, please come.
No. I think it was easy for me. Okay.
Oh, the experienced person.
No.
Come here.
I'm just want to share. 大家好哈，因为我是退休，所以想一想，我能谈的就是说平常我们上班哈。So if my criteria, the traffic always happen in Taipei during office hour while you're driving to the office. So this is a scenario, okay? So what will be happen for this aspect? One is really consume more petrol gas. It really create kind of air pollution. Another one is real time consume. Okay? What impact? You need a kind, you move not so good. Because you are worried about you might missing the very important meeting. Or dating with a pretty girl for breakfast. So this is a real, your mood will change dramatically. How my action is never several way. One, in my proposed company, if you are the MD, managing director like him, you can really reschedule the staffing office hour to do this kind of allocation for office hour. The second one really is to take MRT. You try to take up, you gotta wake up earlier, maybe a better, more healthy body. You wake up earlier, you gotta connect anywhere, public bus or MRT. The third one I'm proposed, we need a kind of EQ program training for that. Why is it driving on the program? Okay, thank you.
Oh, we missed the clap for you once again. Yes, sir.
He took my part, and
say another experienced person.
Yeah, thank you. It was in Singapore. So the British, they say bloody guy. The bloody guy, he took my part. I mean,
sorry.
it's okay. We have the same. How would you say? We have the same sense about that.
Why is he joking?
The driving between spots is not necessary. I mean, to office or off the office, and the aspects as consuming gasoline, diesel. Everybody knows about that. And the impacts could be emitting CO2 and other hazards into air. Okay, that is one thing. And the other thing is actually, he also mentioned about the traffic jams. People are getting nervous and impatient, and sometimes conflicts result. Okay, that is a mental side. And what I'm suggesting, action required. What I'm suggesting is carpooling with others if we have the same or similar destination. And otherwise, taking public transportation, okay, as minor as if we can use the less energy as possible. Otherwise, hybrid firstly, and then totally EV. Yeah, totally EV. Okay, and riding in bicycle. If we cannot, of course, you need a mask. If we cannot afford a bicycle like a giant, we can go by jogging. Okay. And the second thing is using the plastic bottles. That will leaving the trash or the garbage on the ground. That is kind of hobby. At will. The impacts could be the bottle cannot be reused or resolved, or even, of course, cannot be recycled. Okay. But there is also a technique. There's several manufacturers, they know how to reprocess that, even to whip into clothes. And the last thing is an action required. Bring personal jack or can, okay, and not buying articles of PPEs. At the least, not leaving the trash or the garbage at improper places. Thank you.
So we'll come next. Your left, no? 1 and 2.
OK， 第一个是在 OK，sorry， 金属废在生产的时候的废热，就是你在生产的时候，你会因为产生一些，尤其热锻的时候，热能锻造的时候，要将金属变异化，固化变异化的时候，必须会产生一些废热。就以铁铝钢的话，会因为你的金属不同，而你需要的热度也不同。那因为在生产期间的话，那只要有过大的烟排到大量的黑烟的话，环保局就来，造成的是一些罚款也好，或者劝解也好。那一方面也是因为造成的是大量的热气会造成身体的不适。那改善的话是将那些废热再转到地面化，然后再用废热发电，将那些电再转卖给。
This heat can be utilized for heating water or any other thing. You cannot store it for a long time. See, there are technologies, there is system.
知道，但是那个的话，因为
所在地点的话有一些地热，然后也有一些废热，但是两种热的话，我都把它拿来发电，因为像是台电它有一些回收废热的一些机制在，那也是将这两笔方式来产生自己的资本量。废热，都发电完之后再卖给台电这样。那接下来是金属，就是废金属，就是你在生产的时候会有一些金属浪费，你不可能说把100%的金属完全有效使用，所以在于是说有效运用造成的是说你的不当浪费也好，或者成本增加，造成你的不当浪费这一端，自己改善是用高分子结构方式。等一下。
What is that?
What is that? 那用高分子结构使其内部的组织，无论抗氧化也好，耐热度都明显改善于原本的数据。所以说，一方面转卖给一些高端的电子业也好，或者是印刷业，使他们的网版印刷，因为尤其网版印刷那边会更好的使用，再产生一部分的资本获益这样子。就是将原本的一些废金属，像是生产完一个装置之后，你会有一些废金属产生，就是它无法再次使用到原本的目的使用，但是将其用高分子结构改变它内部的一些组织形态，然后使其抗氧化跟耐氧度完全改善这样子。OK， 好啊，那来简单一点的。OK， 那来简单一点的，盐害可以吧？盐害，盐，食用盐的那个盐。对，因为盐害除了对建筑以外，对海上的风机的影响更大。因为，OK，
Thank you very much. Yeah. Finished? You have completed, no?
我就讲一个好了，我就是因为我们的工作上有用到那种包装的材料，就是就是我们的产品是有那个衣服装，所以我们在包装上常常会需要就是那个塑胶的问题，因为服装都会有一个袋子，所以我们这是算是一个 packing 的一个 project， 就是经常会用到这种。
Here's the clothes making manufacturers. They use the plastic to packing the.
我用英文讲。
好。
We have a packing project every quarter, every season, because we are selling clothes, so we need to have a plastic bag for each cloth. So that's a plastic problem to the environment, and of course it will become a garbage growth problem or recycling works. So the action is try to find a better way recycled packing material or use degradable packing material. That's the best way.
Biodegradable.
Yeah,
Biodegradable.
It's expensive. Not really. The problem is another problem of this degradable packing because it will degradable 就是它会散掉，就是会坏掉那个袋子，所以在食物上，在 packing 食物上不是那么好用。它可以用来包面包或者是包其他的简单东西，便当之类的。但是包服装可能还有点困难，因为服装可能摆的时间会久一点，它大概半年到1年，大概那个袋就会坏掉。所以环保的优点是环保的缺点，这是我们的一个困难。那我们尽量用 recycle。We try to use a recycled material or maybe degradable material. But degradable material still has its problem because it will disappear after some time, 6 months or 1 month, 1 year.
180 days it disappears. Thank you. Yeah, who will come? You have done it? Okay. Then you have anything to say? No, you yeah, please come. You have finished it? Yes, sir. You have finished it? Come. At least you can tell one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We are making the connector manufacture. Okay. Just very simple. One is our housing and terminal. Assembly together is we call this as a connector. So in this case is we injection the housing. Okay, we use the housing machine and the raw material. Yeah, raw material and high temperature can inject become the housing. Okay, and in this times we will go ahead the housing and we in the environment as escape is we have the escape. 我们叫下脚料好了，就是成型之后一些废料跑出来的。OK。And also we have the machined oil， 这是一些机器成型机台出来的机器废油。所以 ，and then because they cannot in the environments cannot be decomposed， 就是不能分解。所以说我们都做，所以 maybe develop to the supplier the machine oil， 因为我们厂内是不能处理这种东西的，要透过第三者去处理。And the 下脚料的 scrap we can recycle， 就是重新再使用，所以这个都是我们的解决方案。OK, finish.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have it? Have you done anything? No. Okay. So now the floor is for you. No, what's the time to finish? Thank you very much, and I'm really very happy to be here with you. Firstly, I express my gratitude for the invitation which the organization has given me, the scope to meet you all. And I was very happy with the participation of the delegates in yesterday's program and today. Today, we could make it participative, and more or less everybody has participated in the program. And whenever people in the front side learn something from the deliberation, that is the satisfaction of the person who is delivering. So in that way, my email address is given in the course book. So I invite you to interact with me through my email, and of course I invite you all to my country, and specifically to my city, Calcutta. Calcutta is a city of joy, so in that way you would find pleasure in Calcutta, in India. You know that there is a Chinese city, Chinatown in Calcutta. And many people from China and of course Taiwan, they live in that particular city. It's a small city in the biggest city, right, in Calcutta. So I once again invite all of you to my city, to my university. And I look forward to meet you again and again. And this is my first time to Taiwan, but surely I'll come again to this city because in these 2 days, of course, I'll be staying 2 more days. I loved this city. I didn't have the idea of this city so clean. Yeah, of course. That's why I'm telling you that you own the city and you have made the city so clean. And I was telling my friends here that your city is comparable to any of the cities in the Western world. I mean, I visited UK many a time, and next May also I'll be visiting. I visited USA, and it is really comparable with respect to the infrastructure is concerned, with respect to the cleanliness and is concerned, and with respect to the behavior of the people here is concerned. They are so polite and so nice. I am thankful to all of you for your patient hearing to my lectures, and thank you very much once again.